Hey paper dolls, it's Madeline. Welcome back to my channel. So this is what happened. Yesterday I filmed an entire video on doing altered playing cards, and I had to go to the Apple store to get the back of my phone replaced, and the video is gone. The video is completely gone. I tried to upload it. It's not like really uploading on my in my YouTube, and so I'm a little flustered, but you know what? It happens. It's okay. We're just gonna do it again. So, do-over video. Hi guys. I hope you had a great spring break. I hope you had a great Easter if you celebrate. I had a video request to do altered playing cards. I've gone through all my messages and emails and things. I cannot for the life of me remember who requested it. So if you requested it, please let me know in the comments if you're seeing this. Remind me so I can thank you, because it was a great idea. So my plan is to do some altered playing cards and then do some other kind of decoupage projects and do several videos with you guys. Okay, enough of the talking. Let's get into it. So what I'm going to use is I have got some napkins and I have some vintage playing card bundles for sale in my shop. And so this is just an example of some of the cute cards that you will find in the bundle. I'll try to remember to put the link down below. Okay, and then I've already, just a second, let me grab them, because I have filmed this video once already. I have already taken some of the vintage playing cards and did some decoupage with napkins, so you'll also get some of these. And then also this pretty, I don't know if you can see here through here, but it's a really pretty rose. Okay, so that's what you'll get in your kit. I believe it's 24, but I'll have all the info below. I also have a floral napkin pack in my shop, and I went through and used some of these napkins yesterday, but this is just kind of a quick flip of some of the napkins. This is not all. I think it's, I can't remember how many come in the pack, maybe 24. But this is just a quick flip of some of the napkins that you will receive in the napkin packs I currently have listed. Again, I'll have the info below. So let's just get in it. Let's get started. I have here a mixture of Mod Podge, white glue, and water right here. And I have it in this glass old lotion container. And I have a lid on it. I made this up yesterday on the video that is gone into the universe. And so that's the first thing that you need if you want to craft along with me, is just to make yourself a glue mixture. And I do about 1/3 water, 1/3 white glue, and about 1/3 of Mod Podge. Okay. Also, for me, what I have found works great for doing this are cereal box liners. So if you live in a family where you have family members that love cereal, ask them to save these. And honestly, they're so easy. Just to, you flatten them out, and you just put a little water, a little soap, you know, get all the gunk off them, let them dry, and they are so perfect for this project. Plus, you're upcycling something that would typically go in the garbage. So I start out with a cereal box liner. And then let's go through, and I'm just going to actually grab these 2 cards here to start. And we'll do those 2, and then we'll see what we have time to do after that. I also have these really awesome, like, jumbo playing cards, which I think are so fun. And I'm going to grab 2 of these out of here, and we'll do 2 of these together. So my thought in making this video was I was going to film a video, let it dry overnight, you know, come back and just kind of carry on. But we'll see, since I've already done all of these things one time, we may just sort of try to combine a few into one. Also, I have to the side some Tim Holtz collage paper. I also have some tissue paper here. And I want to do some different projects with these as well after I do some projects with our napkins. So let's just get into it, okay? Okay, so first off, I'm going to start with the vintage playing cards, all right? Most vintage playing cards, depending how vintagey they are very well worn. They don't have this, I don't know if you can tell, this is like shiny, kind of a plastic coating. Okay, don't get started, lovies. Everybody has plenty of chewies. I've got all my babies, all my fur babies in here with me. And so I typically, like with this one, all right, I didn't do anything at all to the card, okay? I didn't prep it in any way. I just went in and did my decoupaging on it, and it looks as if it has come out pretty nicely. I'm going to put it under some heavy books, but it doesn't appear as if it wants to come off there at all. So that's that worked out. You know, all playing cards are slightly different, but in my experience, most really worn, used playing cards do not need a lot of prep work. But we're going to go through the steps for the prep work as well. All right. So I am going to, I think on this one, I'm going to do a little napkin on this side here to start. Also, of course, you can always... Pippa. Now, come on. Girl. Here we go. Look. Here. Look. You got chewies. Everybody has chewies. Okay. Now, you guys be good. Mama's trying to film a video. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I've got a napkin picked out of my bunch of napkins. I really love this one. Okay. You need to take, this is my preferred method. I have this just cheapy dollar store double-sided tape, okay? And you need to get your napkin down to where it's the base layer, okay? Most napkins, 2, 3, some or even 4 layers, okay? Hey, y'all be sweet. So that's just what I do to kind of get my napkin prepped and ready. And then sometimes... well, just about every time, especially if I'm working with a newer napkin that I haven't crafted with before, I'll go in and try to do it again, and this one is done. Just to make sure there's not like an extra thin layer. Hey, Pippa, what is your deal? Come here. Come lay down, please. Here. Come lay down. Pippa, what is it, love bug? Y'all, I'm sorry. Here, Pip. Here you go, Pip. Take this one. Oh, my goodness. Here you go, Pip. Here we go. All right. Look, there's plenty of cheese for everybody. Share. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. I think this flower is really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and trim out. Oh, and so is this one. Okay. I'm going to just trim out this section here of my napkin. Okay, and when I'm covering playing cards, I tend to use napkins that are, when you lay them out flat, they're not like all one direction, you know, in other words, they are directional, and because we're going to do some featherized paper in a minute, and I'll show you. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all. Okay, now, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Is everybody happy? Okay, great. All right. So right here, I have my glue mixture. Okay. And this is the only paintbrush I have. This is a big, long one. And I'm going to start out by doing a good layer of glue on the side of my playing card where I want to do the napkin. Oh, my goodness. Pippa, you have all of them, love. Okay, and then I think I'm going to trim out this right here, this little section. I hear you, girl. I hear you, Pip. Okay, like that. And before it gets too dry, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do a rough trim around the edge here. Okay. There we go. Oh, that looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. Okay, then I'm going to take my little Mod Podge water white glue mixture. Okay, and I'm just going to do a good coat over it. I like my mixture to be a little bit more on the watery side. I find that that works better for me. But again, I live in the southern part of the United States. It is very humid here. And so I just find that I get a better result than when I use a thicker mixture. That's just for me based on dry time and I don't know, all kinds of other factors. Okay, so now I'm going to take this cute little Eiffel Tower piece and I'm going to lay it over like that. And oh my goodness, I have some showing. Do not worry. We can just take a little bit of our scrap napkin pieces and I'm just going to rip some off and put them on like this. And there we go. No worries, right? I try not to get real worried about if, I try not to get real worried about, you know, little boo-boos and whatnot with this project because it's very easy to correct, to fix anything you need. Just with a little bit of extra napkin and a little bit of extra glue. So, I mean, really, this project's a little messy, but it's honestly very easy because, you know, you really can't. I love the wrinkles. I love all the different, you know, layering. You just can't really mess it up, in my opinion. All right. So, we have done the two playing cards that are old, used, don't need any prep work, usually in my experience. Okay. Now, what is it? What is it, you two? What is it? Here we go. Look, here it is. Look, here's your octopus. Here's the octopus. Okay, here we go. Everybody, please chew your chewy. Okay, this is a brand new card. I have two methods. These are going to use some prep work. In my experience, when you do the decoupage right on top, it just peels off when it dries, okay? So the first method I want to talk about is the sanding method. You just take a sanding block like this, any kind of piece of sandpaper. You could probably even use a nail file, whatever you have on hand is fine. And I'm just gonna rough up the side I want to do the decoupage on. Now I may come back and do something on the other side, but for now I am just going to do this here. This one side with the number on it and the clubs. Okay, so you can see here, I hope you can see in the video that it's not as shiny. Okay, we have dulled it, we've made it quite matte. All right, I'm just gonna do one more little brush around the edges. Okay, then I'm gonna grab out my napkin we were working with, and I am really loving this kind of florally piece here, and so I'm just gonna trim out some of that. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna take my glue mixture and get my good first coat of glue on the playing card. Okay, and I'm going to lay my napkin over it about where I want it to be, and I love the wrinkles, so I'm not ever too worried about any kind of wrinkles. I'm going to go through and just sort of trim my edges off. I mean, this isn't extra stuff you don't have to do, but I just think it's easier for me just to get more, you know, cards on my piece of cereal box liner. Then you take my glue mixture again and go over the top. Okay. Now, I do want to mention that when you're doing this, you don't want to brush over the same spot way too much because you may tear the napkin. Again, it's a very easy fix. You can just put a little piece of scrap napkin over it, a little bit more glue. It's a super easy fix, but you know, just kind of be mindful to have a lighter hand when you're doing this. Uma, baby doll, you're gonna be okay. I love you. You're fine. You guys are all okay. Okay, so this is the sanding method here. The next method I want to talk about is with this card. Let me move this up and get another piece of my little cereal box liner here. Is with gesso. And this is just clear gesso. I got it off of Amazon. There is the info if you want to go find it on Amazon. And this gesso is a primer, and it adds like a texture to surfaces. So I'm gonna brush this on here, and then typically I would do a lot of these and line them up and leave them overnight to dry, but I've got my heat tool nearby, and I'm just going to use my heat tool and dry it. Okay, and then this is just, again, creating a different way to create a rough surface on your playing card. So the napkin has something to adhere to. Okay. Okay, we got a good coat on there of that. And so here, I've got my heating tool. I probably put a little bit too much on there, but it's okay. It'll work. Might work better with a little bit extra. But I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but it's kind of gesso. It's kind of got this like grainy feel to it. There we go. See if I can smooth that out just a little bit, and then hit it one more time. I'm gonna get it good and dry. Okay, all right. So, can you guys kind of see how that's gotten a lot duller as opposed to this side, which is still super shiny? That's more dull, okay? And then you can hear the gesso on there. So, yeah, that definitely creates a good surface to start with. And let's pick out another napkin that we can use here. I have a good, oh, this is pretty. I have this left over from yesterday, but I still think I need a bigger piece. So let's do maybe these roses. So let me get in here and I just love how easy that is. Okay. All right. Let's see. I really like this big rose here. And okay, so let me just kind of do roughly cut this out. Okay. And then you're just gonna repeat the process of, with the glue, just putting a good layer of glue down. Okay. And then your napkin on top. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and do a nice layer on top of your card. I do like making my glue mixture in a good, you know, kind of airtight container, just because if I don't use it all, for me, it keeps very well. And so, you know, then I just have some made and on hand. Like I mentioned, I made what I'm using right now yesterday, and it sat overnight and it was perfect. So, it's another benefit to having your, you know, mixture made and in a good airtight container and ready to go. Okay. Alrighty. There we go with that. And I'm gonna do a rough, woo, my goodness, that just came right off of there, didn't it? Okay, let's see. Let me just do a trim again of this. Okay. And then I am going to put this to the side and we're gonna let it dry. All right. And I have some made that we can look at because of my little boo-boo yesterday. So let me put this to the side, just a sec. Okay. And these are the big ones I did yesterday. And then, of course, I already showed you guys the smaller ones that I did. Okay. Now, there are a couple methods for getting off this excess off the edges. I like to go along with my sanding block again and just kind of give it a good sand. And then you can see how that is just starting to come off. And then it also kind of roughens up the edges a little bit, which I like the look of. And, you know, you can always trim with scissors or whatnot, but I don't find I can be quite as precise with the scissors as I can with the sanding block. And so there's one of the ones we did yesterday, and it's still a little bit wobbly, but it's definitely, I feel like it's more robust than the regular card because we've added a layer to it. And I just think that came out so pretty. And then we'll do this one with the rose. So, I hope you guys had a good spring break. We actually have another Uma story. We actually started off our spring break at the emergency vet. Spring. And apparently Miss Uma went in the backyard and got into either some bees or wasps or something. And she came in the house, her nose it looked like it had a golf ball on it. It was so swollen. And then by her eyes, it looked like she had marbles, like just swollen. And she didn't seem to be in any kind of pain or anything, but woo, we were afraid something bad was going to happen. Look, that came out so pretty. Okay. And so now let's do our cards. I think this one was the gesso, and this one was the, let's see. No, this one must have been the gesso because I can feel it on the other side. So anyway, she came home and we were looking at her and we just didn't know. I mean, we grew up with dogs. She's our 4th family pet dog and nothing like that's ever happened. So we load her up, we go to the after hours emergency vet, we get her in there, and it turns out all she needed was a little Benadryl. Evidently, stings don't particularly affect dogs the way they do humans. Like, they don't anaphylaxis doesn't really, they don't really stop breathing when they have a reaction. But she's definitely allergic, and they told us in the future, just give her some Benadryl and watch her. And this was interesting. They also told us that she really could have gotten stung anywhere on her body, and the reaction just happened to show up on her nose. So I thought that was really interesting. But, of course, we got her. She had a little IV of Benadryl, and, they watched her a second, and she was good to go. So that was, a good, exciting start with our 9-month-old puppy, our Uma. She's a mess. And it was also good to know about the Benadryl. I mean, we have 3 other dogs currently. I mean, 2 other dogs, rather, currently. And it's just never happened to any of our other dogs, animals. But if it does, now we know what to do. Benadryl and watch her. But yeah, that was really interesting. That came out so pretty. I love the way that came out. I love that. All right, and then let's take a look at, this is definitely the one, the sanding one. And you know what? That came off good too. Let's just test and see what happens if we just tear. Now, it really does a good job tearing off. I've always been a little bit afraid to try it, to do it like this, but wow, I'm kind of impressed with how that's working. Definitely love the mixture. That's a little bit more watery. It comes out so nice and transparent. It also makes your cards a little bit wonky, but we will definitely fix that and work with that. But yeah, this came out great. Very happy with how that came out. So those are a couple of my favorite methods for doing altered playing cards. And I also, yesterday, let me get rid of this surface, clean it off. I do reuse these if they are not too, after several uses they get too, kind of gummy and they're not good to use anymore, but I do reuse them. Another good project with napkins I like to do is do a decoupage guest check. Another really fun thing to do. So I'm going to go over here to my pile of napkins. And I think I'm going to do a daffodil. That would be very pretty on there. Are you just going to give up? I wish you would take a little nap, girlfriend. All right. Here's that. And then let me check, make sure there's not another layer on this one. Oh, there is another layer. Okay, see, that's why I always go back and check, because these are very, napkins can be tricky. Sometimes you don't know. And you definitely want the thinnest layer possible to get the best result. Okay, so this is going to be pretty. Look how pretty. Love it. Okay, let me do a rough cut around. All right, so again, I'm just going to take my watery glue mixture. Here, I'll put it up here so y'all can see. See, it's just watery glue. And I'm gonna, this of course you don't really need to prime. So I'm just gonna go through and do a little coating of glue like that. Then I'm going to lay this on top. And you always want to make sure, and I forget to do this, to pat it down, just so the napkin can start to absorb the glue from the bottom of it. Sometimes I forget to do that, and I don't get as good of a result when I don't give it a good, press down. Okay, and then with this method I find works best is to kind of pick a point in the middle and start in the middle and just kind of work your glue out towards the edges. Again, being mindful not to be too heavy with your brush, and use plenty of glue. Okay, so we've got that method. Do a little bit extra down here on the edge. Okay, very cute. Y'all, that's gonna be so cute when it gets dry, isn't it? Oh, I love it. Okay, fun. Now let me grab another piece of my cereal box liner. I have a whole stack over here. Scooch this one back and show you guys another project I love to do. Another thing I love to do with this is I take old music paper, and it is absolutely stunning piece of music paper with a napkin decoupaged over the top. It looks so great in your journals. It can take a piece of paper that maybe is not robust enough to be, you know, bound into a journal for a journal page, and really add some good robustness to it that, you know, it can be used. Now, this is where the, oh goodness, the napkins I was speaking of earlier that are non-directional, meaning it's kind of the same pattern. Well, obviously, these are facing this way and that way, but basically, you know, it's the same pattern all over the napkin, you know, as opposed to this one, which was like a mirror image, right? So I like to use these kinds when I'm covering a large piece of music like this. I've tried it the other way, and I end up just having to cut it apart, make it into pockets and things like that, which is fine too. You know, that's absolutely okay. But, you know, I just love the look of taking this and just binding the entire thing into a journal. Okay. So, again, here we go in with our glue mixture here. And we are just going to put a good little coat of glue on our music paper. And I do also want to say that these are all ideas that I have gotten from other creators on YouTube. None of these ideas are original to me, but I've tried a lot of different methods, and this is like a compilation of my favorite methods, my favorite ways of doing this, and, you know, the favorite items that I like to use. I've just kind of taken everything that I have tried and liked, and I've just sort of tried to put it all together in one easy video for you guys. Okay, now we're going to take our napkin, and we're just going to lay it over, and we're going to give it a good little pat. Get a good pat down on it. And I like the wrinkles again, so I don't get real worried about that because I like the texture. All right, and then you're going to take your glue, and I usually with this, I start in the middle, and I do it kind of a quadrant of the napkin at a time, and I just kind of work out towards the edge with my glue. And go over it, paying close attention to the edges, and that's how I do it. So we kind of stayed home for spring break at the beginning of the week. At the end of the week, we went to visit my mom, who lives about 2.5 hours away, and she is moving from my parents. My father passed away about 10 years ago, and so really like our childhood home, kind of in the country, to more of a patio home type situation in a neighborhood where a lot of her friends live. And it's also one story, which is good. Our other house, I swear that the stairs were so steep, I don't even know how they were to code, but anyway, you know, I don't love the idea of her going up and down the stairs, living in that house by herself, kind of out in the country. And she's got some lovely, lovely neighbors who take such good care of her. But, you know, I like the idea of one story better. Make it easy, right? So anyway, my whole family went up and helped her move. And so it was good to spend time with her and see her new house and get her some of her things moved. Not really the biggest stuff, but just some of her smaller items we helped kind of get set up in her new house. So that was fun. Okay. So now I have got this one done, right? And because I did this yesterday, let me grab the finished dried ones and show you guys how they look. Yesterday, this is the guest check I did yesterday. And this is one of the napkins I have in my kit, and so is this one. But didn't that come out so cute? So I'm going to just trim around the edges, and you can also, if you want to, you have bigger scrap pieces of this napkin hanging off the edge, you can sometimes like take this and put it in a snippet or something, you know, if you want to coordinate back to your guest check, you know, make a snippet and use it, you know, as a decoration on your guest check. You know, it's just up to you. I always try to find like little extra things that, you know, I get out of making these projects that I can use in other ways, you know. Okay, so there is the guest check, and I just love how it came out because my glue mixture was thinner. You can really see it's transparent there, but a lot of times thicker, like it doesn't make the napkin, like you could still see, you know, like the white of the napkin. Like, you know, I found you could still see like part of the white of the napkin with a thicker glue mixture, but I think that just came out so cute. So I'm probably going to put that under some books and use that. Here is my piece of music paper I did yesterday. Now look how pretty that came out. That came out so pretty. So again, I'm just going to give this a good trim. Uma's decided that she wants to sit right here at my feet under the desk. So she is down there sitting right next to my paper cutter. She's okay. It's not down there in a way that's gonna hurt her. Okay, the other two are snoring away. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Okay, so see what I mean by the robustness? You can just really fold this in half, and I mean, you could, I mean, really, honestly, that could be a cover of a journal. I might do that. I mean, this is really, you know, got such a great texture and such a great feel to it. You could really use it as a cover of a journal. Yeah, that came out so cute. I might do that. Okay. So, we have got some of our, we've got one of each of our items we made complete here. All right. So now what I like to do is grab out my ink, which is, oh, hang on. I got it over here. Hang on. Let me grab it. Okay. I'm just going to grab my vintage photo. All right. And I like to go around the edges. Okay. And I also like to do a little bit, you can really age them nicely on top, and it brings out all those little wrinkles that, you know, I left in. So, also, while this is funny, we're at my mother's. Like I said, she lives out in the country, and she's got deer around. And I mean, these deer are not afraid. They will come out, they will stand right next to her, they will look in the window. I mean, they will look, she will look at the dogs. They are not skittish deer at all. And, you know, we live in a suburb of a, you know, a larger city. So I don't think my dogs have ever seen deer. But anyway, not, well, and not at her house even, which is odd because I thought maybe they would have, but I guess not. Anyway, they, whoa, these bird dogs with their noses, they were all out in the yard and smelling that deer. Where are they? I want to see them. I mean, you know, they were after it. So cute. Look at that. I mean, we could not keep them in the house. They wanted to be out there looking for those deer everywhere. It was really hilarious. Well, oh goodness. Uma Rose found a nice old pile of deer. You know, of deer droppings. There we go. Deer droppings, apparently she got into. Okay. We drove home Saturday, mid-afternoon, mid-evening. She must have gotten into it, you know, right before we left. So we get home. We're all exhausted. We get unloaded, get ready to go to bed. And, oh my goodness, if we don't hear the noise, and if you have dogs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It will pull us out of the deadest of sleep to grab that dog. And we usually just run to our bathroom and put him in our shower, you know. Oh no, but Uma, we did not make it to the shower with her. And she got sick all over our carpet 3 separate times. So yeah, we are going to have to watch her with the with that going forward because I did not agree with her. I've got my crocodile to the side, okay? And I've got this right here. And, you know, I've got my crocodile out. Let me see if I can do a little bit of ink on the back side. And you know what else I might do? I might grab a piece of lace or a piece of fabric. Hang on, let me grab like a piece of fabric real quick, and then I can just finish this quick little project, and then we will go on to something else. Let's see here. Okay, I think this will work. A lot of times on the back side of these, I like to do a piece of lace and make a pocket, do a piece of lace, make a belly band. Let me see if I can find a better piece of lace than that. Let me see if I can get my hands on something real fast that I can use there. Oh, yeah. This will be great. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is actually perfect. Okay. This is a perfect piece right here. Okay. Yep. And I think maybe I want to do like a top loading pocket. So I'm gonna just hang on to this, and I'm gonna trim right here, and I'm gonna glue this. Now typically I would sew this, but as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I like to give options for you guys that don't have sewing machines or don't like to sew. So let me grab my fabric tack out. Okay. And, okay, I'm just going to do a little fabric tack here along the edge of where I'm going to put my fabric. And at the beginning of the next video, I'll let you guys know how this did. Because I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know that I've ever used fabric tack before doing this. I usually sew, but we're going to try this together. Okay, let's get the pretty side like this, and we're going to lay that on there, move it up just a little bit. Okay, cute. All right. Give this a good press. All right, and I'm going to let this dry. I'm I'm gonna let this dry. I'll let you know how it turns out. But anyway, what I love to do with these is use them sort of like a bookmark. So I'll take my crocodile out, right? And I'm gonna make a little hole like right here in the corner, maybe down here a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right, and let me grab an eyelet. Let's see, we've got lots of pinks, so yeah, let's do this kind of reddish pinkish color. All right, and I'm gonna set this eyelet, and then okay, did that set? Yes, okay. And then I'm gonna get my little, I have this fun little kind of tower that I keep my charms and dangles and bulb pins in. Y'all look at this. And so what I like to do is get a fun, ooh, I am making a mess here. Okay, let's get my out of the way. Is to go in here and find a fun charm that I can dangle right there. You know what? Let's do one of these kind of green, look at this, these kind of fun green keys I have here. Oh, that one's cute. Let's do that one. Oh, that is, you know what? That kind of looks like a club too. That's cute. Okay. All right, let me get a bulb pen. And I've got all different kinds. Let's do this rose gold one. And I do this, and I put the little bulb pen through here. And I mean, how cute is that, y'all? And you've got a bookmark, okay? And on the back, you've got this lace pocket, which we're gonna let dry. I'll follow back up. And then you can always put, I mean, my goodness, you could put your little, you know, pretty guest check you just made right in there for some extra journaling space. I mean, how cute is that? So, anyway, that's the first video, you guys. I did want to talk about rice paper, but the video is already getting a little bit long, so we will talk about that at the beginning of our next video. But I hope y'all have a great day today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.